let's talk about one of my reading goals, which was to finish this trilogy by an indie self-published author here on Book Talk. I had already read the first book of this trilogy, Drawn, about a year ago, so the story was still pretty fresh on my mind, and it wasn't that hard for me to pick up what was going on in book two. While this is a romance, it does come with some trigger warnings, as that is what moves the plot along. We see that the accumulation of the events in book one has not hindered Carla and Jasper's relationship. But book two of this trilogy is called Secrets, so I'm not really saying too much when I say it's all about the secrets that could break their relationship. We know that Carla had a past when it comes to her ex AJ, but what about Jasper? What skeletons does he have in his closet? Well, we're going to find out, and that's pretty much how book three ends the story. When we come to Truth, we learn a little bit more about his past and how things may not be exactly as they seem. Now, overall, when it comes to romance novels, I'm still fairly new to the genre, so this isn't one that I would necessarily have picked up for myself, but I'm glad that I gave it a chance. It exposed me to a lot of different things that I haven't been reading lately, or I haven't read a lot of. Setting-wise, this takes place along the East Coast, so we're going to see some cities like Boston mentioned within the pages. And since I'm still fairly new to the romance genre, I was surprised by the spicy elements that we get within the second and third book. Those who are a fan of dogs or very loving relationships, I think are going to enjoy this. Now, for me, it does take me out a little bit because Jasper has a pet name for Carla and he uses it a lot. For me, that would have been a turnoff, but this book is about healthy relationships and not just loving a partner, but also self-love. So I can't complain too much because if the worst thing about Jasper is that he overuses a pet name, he's certainly a better fit for Carla than maybe some of the other men in her past. The drama of the second and third book most reminds me of that movie that came out last year, Honora. There is some parts that were hilarious, and then you get a shock of reality when it comes to why some people make the decisions that they make. If you want more definite trigger warnings, what I love about this book is that the author made sure to put those content warnings in the intro along with a playlist, so that way you can get a vibe for what was going on in the author's mind when she was putting down these people's lives. Now, I'm saying I'm not too into romance, but I have a feeling that when y'all check out my reading wrap up for this month, you're going to see that I actually picked up quite a few books like this. Have you been in a mood when it comes to your reading? If so, what genres have you been gravitating towards?